So why is the IELTS listening section so difficult sometimes? It doesn't need to be difficult if we follow these tips. The first tip is to always read and follow the instructions. It seems so obvious to do, but it can be easy to forget to read the instructions because on the listening section, there will be instructions like write no more than 3 words. That means that you can write 3 words, 2 words, or 1 word. If you write 4, it's wrong. If you write 5, it's wrong. So you need to read and follow the instructions every time. Okay, another tip is that you should get used to British accents because a lot of the listening recordings are with speakers who have British accents. Also Australian and Canadian, so you can get used to those accents as well. And a great way to practice and listening to British accents is to listen to BBC radio, and you can find that online, or just go to bbc.com and they have many great videos and audio files that can help you. So the more you listen to this and become accustomed to their accent, if you're not already, the better it can be for your listening score. And another tip is be very careful with spelling because you might know that spelling counts on the IELTS listening exam. So if you misspell a word, no matter if that was the correct answer, it's automatically wrong. So this is one of the biggest challenges. So study some spelling rules, definitely practice spelling different words that are difficult for you. You can find some resources about the most common misspelled words on IELTS listening, and that could be a great place to start. So definitely be mindful about that. Also be careful with plural words versus singular words. If in the recording it was table, like one table, and that was the answer for the blank, but you wrote tables, then it's wrong because it was supposed to be singular, but you wrote plural. So, or vice versa. So be careful with that. Another tip is do as many IELTS listening practice tests as you can before your exam. It's very useful. You can find these practice exams in the IELTS books that come with CDs, or you can find many of these online if you do an internet search. So the more IELTS listening practice exams you do, the higher chance of a high score you have. So I definitely recommend that. And the last tip is to predict the answers that are going to be in the blanks. So you can listen, before you listen to the recording, before it starts, you always have a minute or two to look over the questions. So you can predict the type of word that belongs in that blank. For example, if it was the meeting will start at blank, probably it's going to be a time, right? So you can predict that it might be 9 o'clock as long as you're following the instructions. So maybe that's not the right answer, but you know that it's going to be some time. So that will really train your ear so that when you're listening to the recording, you will hear that faster because the section goes really, really quickly. So don't forget these tips about the IELTS listening exam. Thank you.